Hello again, everyone. Steve here. I'm sorry it's been a little while since I posted a video, but things have been a bit busy. I've got other video channels which have demanded attention, but I'm back with another story. Get straight into it for those of you that are rather impatient. This was a story about a couple, an elderly couple, who will never ever trust the police again. In fact, they're probably long gone by now, but let's just say they had an unpleasant experience, and unfortunately it involved me. So when you've done 2 years in the police, you get the option to try out for CID and become a detective, and I thought this would be a really good idea, so I applied and they accepted me. So I teamed up with a guy called Brian, and we were TDCs, temporary detective constables. What was really great was when you're a police officer, all of your movements are monitored to the nth degree. You have to write everything down, and you have to update your pocketbook saying where you were and what you were doing, and hold on, face tracking, come on. Well, hopefully that's dealt with it. So yeah, you become a temporary detective constable, and the long and the short of it is everyone enjoys doing it because suddenly you're free. You don't have to write down where you're going and what you're doing. And in fact, we very quickly found out, Brian and I, that we could go into the office, book into the diary and write in there out on inquiries and disappear for days. No one would bat an eyelid. So it was a whole new experience. What really amazed me is when I first met the detective sergeant who was in charge of us, and we sat in his office and he did the introductions and what have you, and it was really nice. And he said, right, do you guys want a drink? We both thought, yeah, tea or coffee. And he opened the cupboard behind him, and on the back of the door of the cupboard were a whole series of optics with whiskey, gin, vodka, you name it, and some glasses, and we had a drink, and it was a bit of an eye-opener, to be honest, but hey, it was great. Anyway, on to the story. So we had some marginal success with crime and detection, that sort of thing, and we found out through a snout, an informant, in one of the pubs that we used to frequent quite regularly, that there was a team of drug dealers operating from a small terraced house in Gravesend, and the information was pretty good, so we thought we would follow it up. So we got permission. So I'm just looking because there's a muddy patch here that's looking a bit dodgy. Let me just negotiate my way through. Right, that's the problem when you live in the country. Ooh, don't know if you can see that. Let's just turn this around. Pretty muddy. Anyway, so we got this information, we got permission to do a raid, so we made all the necessary arrangements, and on the day in question, Brian and I were ready to do the raid, along with quite a few other officers. We had people that were putting nets under the pipes so that if they flushed anything it would be caught. We had quite a few officers, some uniformed, some in plain clothes. Now we had some friendly people who lived 2 doors down from the property concerned, so we'd made prior arrangements with them to go into their house at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we were going to go up through the loft. We'd already established that there were no firewalls in the loft, so the loft space was just one long run for about 6 or 7 terraced houses. So we turned up, We went in, everybody was in position, hiding at various places outside, waiting for us to go in, surprise them, open the door and then grab the evidence, etc. So we climbed up, we took a step ladder, we climbed up through the loft, and somehow or another we managed to miss one of the loft hatch openings. Don't ask me how, maybe somebody put something over it, but whatever happened, we missed it. So we went one too many. And on the count of 3, I pulled the loft hatch open. Brian swung down onto the bed that was below, the very small rooms, and the lights went on just as I was dropping myself onto the same bed for us to see this elderly couple in bed, sitting up with a look of shock and horror on their faces as 2 people came in from the loft. We realised straight away that we'd made a mistake, and so Brian said, "It's all right, we're police officers, we're on a mission, don't worry, go back to sleep, we'll let ourselves out, thank you." And we backed away to the door, went down the steps, went back to the correct, the house that we had gained access from, and this time very carefully made sure that we did not miss the loft hatch. And we did find the loft hatch, and we did go through, and we did find drugs. So it was a success. But that particular couple, if you're still around, my sincere apologies. It was a mistake. These things happen. So that was that. It was a bit traumatic for them at the time. They did make a complaint. Funnily enough, we didn't last very long on CID, did Brian and I. But that was for a variety of reasons. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back as soon as possible. God bless.